Alrighty, let's talk how expensive shit is in Florida. Everyone, I'm sure, can feel it and knows how expensive shit has gotten here. However, sometimes when you break it down and look at, like, how it used to fucking be, you don't realize until you, like, actually fucking look at it. So I went down the rabbit hole of, you know, like, what did shit cost when I was making this money? Like, what does it cost now? So the housing is kind of based on Central Florida. That's where I'm from. So, 2016 is kind of what I'm basing everything off of. So, average house price was $210 back in that time. Currently, average house price is $450,000. That is an increase of 114%. Average rent for 2-bedroom apartments in the area used to be $1,200 a month. Now it's at $2,000. That is an increase of 74%. Gas per gallon used to be $2.15. Now it's up to $3.75. That's an increase of 75%. I know gas fluctuates all the time. However, it's not going to go back to $2. I think we can all agree on that. Milk per gallon used to be $3.20. Now it's up to $4.50. That's an increase of 41%. Eggs per dozen used to be $1.70. Now it's up to $5.15. That's an increase of 200%. Again, that's a little crazy of an increase for groceries. Not all groceries have gone up that much of an increase. Let's talk vehicles. I have owned a Mazda CX-5 for years and years and years. It used to cost me $23,000. Now it is costing me $31,000. Increase of 41%. Fast food. Big Mac used to cost $5.70. Now it is up to $9.80. I love me some Chick-fil-A. That sandwich used to cost me $3.20. Now it costs me $5.80. That Big Mac increased by 70%, and that Chick-fil-A increased by 82%. Utilities in Florida have gone up 41%. Homeowners insurance has gone up by 50 to 100%, depending on where you live. I know for myself, I've had to go into Citizens insurance because all the other carriers are so expensive. Citizens was always supposed to be this, like, last resort, state-run insurance carrier. And now their membership, or whatever you want to call it, has increased by, like, 200%. They've actually done several increases over the years. They've just increased by, like, 6% last year. They did, like, a 12% increase the year before that. And they're supposed to do another, like, 14% increase next year, which is crazy. Alright, so let's get into pay. I'm pretty open about pay. I really don't give a shit. What started me down all this rabbit hole was I found a pay stub from 2016, and I was like, fuck, man, no wonder why I'm so fucking broke, is my pay legit has not changed. That fucking all. So, back in 2016, I was making $35 as an MRI tech. Fast forward to 2024, and I am making $40, roughly. Alright, this is an increase of $5 whole. Woohoo. If you break that down to a percentage, that's going to be 14% increase. Oops, that's not $1. This is over an 8-year period. So that would be less than $1 a year that my pay went up. So when you look at the national inflation, however, this is an average for the country that inflation has gone up over that time period. It was approximately a 30% increase for inflation over that time, which is about double what my pay went up. So, what the fuck? Like, okay. So, that's not close to my 14% increase at all. Alright, so if I was to maintain the same buying power that I had in 2016, with this 30% inflation increase, I just want to maintain my buying power, I would actually need to be making $44 an hour. So if I was between 40 and 44, that's over an $8,000 increase in my pay per year, which is significant for me and my family. That would be a huge change for me. That would help me out a lot. Now, some companies do this thing called a yearly raise, like merit increase, experience, something like that. So let's say I was getting a 2% yearly increase every year. That would actually put my pay at $51 an hour. Alright, so let's be real here. We do work in Florida and healthcare. So instead of a 2% increase, let's drop that to a 1%. That would put my pay at $48 an hour. That's with a 1% increase every year. That would be great. Like, if I could make 48, like, I maybe wouldn't have to be leaving the state every year. Obviously, if we could keep up with a little bit of Florida's inflation, that would be ideal. But even a change just from this to this, like, I wouldn't be struggling every fucking week. Like, literally every 2 weeks when my paycheck comes around, I'm like, fuck, how much am I overdrawing my account this week? It is sad. But, true. So anyways, I want to go into different modalities and kind of what their pay, based on what I was making and the time frames, what pay looks like for them. So let's talk about that.